A very good morning to all the students. This is your IT lecture. In this lecture, we are going to start Unit 4 Entrepreneurial Skills. We have Chapter 11 Entrepreneur and Entrepreneurship. So, before starting this chapter, we should know what is the meaning of that first word given in our book, entrepreneur. So, an entrepreneur is a person who establishes a business or a venture that generates some value to the customer and proves to be profitable for him. An entrepreneur starts a new business with an eye on what he identifies as an unmet need in the market and works to fulfill. A business venture needs to have a novel element or process to make it acceptable and thriving in the market. So, an entrepreneur can be owner, a partner, or in some cases the majority shareholder in the venture. They usually assume all roles that involve managing the business activities. They are also at risk of losing their capital. They run that risk because like any other business in the world, there is a chance of failure. We usually see the entrepreneur as an individual, as a person who innovates and produces new ideas, new goods, or new services. So, an entrepreneur is a person who creates and manages any business by identifying the need and benefiting from the opportunities. And this usually comes with considerable risk, personal sacrifice, we can say, and initiatives. So, this is the definition of entrepreneur. An entrepreneur can be owner, partner, or in some cases the majority shareholder, and that person they are also at risk of losing their capital. Okay, so basically an entrepreneur is a person who innovates and who produces new ideas, goods, or services. So we study about entrepreneur in this class. So what is entrepreneurship? So if we talk about entrepreneurship, what is that? So I have a very short definition to make you understand that what is entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is a person, and if we talk about entrepreneurship, it is a process, and if we talk about enterprise, it is a kind of outcome. So basically entrepreneurs design something, they launch and they run new businesses. Therefore most of their companies are initially small ones, so they have entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is a capacity and willingness to create and manage a business venture. It includes being willing to take risks so that their venture can make a profit. It is related to like enterprise, means they take risk, they being willing to take some risk so that their venture can make profit for the growth of their venture. So entrepreneurs are enterprising people. Means we can say that they are daring in business because they can take risk, and they pursue their new ideas regardless of the risk. So if we talk about what is a business and what is an entrepreneurship, so there is a lot of difference. Businessman cannot be entrepreneur, and entrepreneur cannot be businessman. There is a lot of difference between these two. So if I give you an example, I would like to give you an example for just like there are two shops. First shop, a lady is selling the seeds and and flour in her shop, and in the another shop the man is doing the same task. He is also selling the seeds and flowers. But the difference is that that person, that man, uh, sits on his chair for the whole day, whereas that woman used to go to the villages to sell the seeds to promote her shop. So this is the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. That man who sits whole day at his shop means he is a businessman. He just want to earn profit. He does not mean whether there is any opportunity or not. He does not want to take any kind of risk, and he does not think about the welfare of people. He just means to the business. Whereas the women that I have just told, she used to go to the villages to sell seeds, flowers, to promote her shop. Means for the easiness of people, she used to go there to sell her product. And she's also promoting, she's creating something new with a new idea, with something innovative. So this is the main difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. So if we say businessman thinks only for his own, whereas entrepreneur thinks for his own as well as for the society, for the welfare of society. Businessman earns money for his welfare, whereas entrepreneur earns money for himself and for the society. Because as we see, a lot of entrepreneurs like Bill Gates, he used to do charity as much as possible. So if we see that most of the entrepreneurs are working for the welfare of society. This is the main difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. So I have told a few definitions that are related to the chapter. Now we can start our chapter with the first topic, entrepreneurship and society. Now you will get what is the meaning of the words which I have told you. So let's start. Entrepreneurship and society. Entrepreneurship can be described as starting a business by using the resources available to a person. There is a direct relationship between entrepreneurship and society. Means using the resources which are available to you to start a business is entrepreneurship, and there is a direct relationship between entrepreneurship and the society. And reason is that whenever you want to establish a business, at the same time society cannot function without the presence of entrepreneurs. Means where you will establish your business, first of all you will know what are the needs in our society. According to that you will start a business, so that if you have any product that will come into demand by the society. The entrepreneurs play an important role for their local community, region and state. They contribute to the economic growth of the country. This same economic growth drives development and progress in the society. Entrepreneurship hence has a crucial role in the functioning of the society. Means the economic growth is also depend upon that person who is an entrepreneur. Because as I told you that an entrepreneur works for the welfare of society, so they also help in economically growth of their society. Now let us look at examples given below. The four co-founders of Whole Food Markets, John Mackey and Rennie Lawson Hardy, owners of Safeway Natural Foods, and Craig Weller and Mark Scales, owner of Carlsquare Natural Grocery, are considered great entrepreneurs. Whole Food Markets is an American supermarket chain which exclusively sells products free from hydrogenated fats and artificial colors, flavors, preservatives and sweeteners. The store was founded in 1980, and the four co-founders saw a great business opportunity to provide natural food products in an established industry of grocery stores that focused mostly on delivering commercial and processed products. Here we are talking about the four co-founders that saw a business opportunity so that they can provide natural food products to their customers for instead of providing them that food which contains fat or artificial flavors, colors, preservatives and sweeteners. So they are doing the work for the welfare of society, so that our society will get the hygienic food, healthy food. So they are they have seen an opportunity for themselves also, that if we sell natural products, so we can attract more customers, and they can open a lot of branches in the same city, in the whole country and in other countries also. So they have an opportunity, plus they want to grow as an entrepreneur. Next, in India, Bhavish Agrawal of Ola Cabs, Binny Bansal of Flipkart, and Deep Kalra of Make My Trip have been innovative entrepreneurs. They identified the changing needs of the time and came up with innovative ideas that soon earned customers and grew successful business. We all know about Ola Cabs. So, if we want any conveyance, just like we want to hire a taxi, so for that purpose we can install the application of Ola Cabs, and from there we can arrange it. Okay, so it is time consuming, it is safe to use, and it is very easy to travel. Then we have Flipkart. Binny Bansal, who is co-founder of Flipkart, we shopped a lot on the online platforms. Like we used to shop for clothes, books, any kind of uh, equipments, kitchen equipments, stationery products. So everything, whether it is domestic or not, we can purchase it online on Flipkart. This is online shopping app. Then we have Make My Trip. Deep Kalra is a co-founder. So Make My Trip is related to traveling. This application is related to traveling. So all these are entrepreneurs because they are earning, they are watching the opportunities with which others cannot see, cannot even imagine, and they are growing as an entrepreneur. Read about the life of these entrepreneurs to know how these educated people with professional degrees acquired corporate experience and started their small ventures, which grew over the years into booming businesses. These are many other Indian entrepreneurs who started from humble beginnings but turned around their fortune with the right mix of intelligence. Now, a few examples are given, like Dhirubhai Ambani, who is founder of the Reliance Empire. I think 98% people in our country are using Jio SIM card, because at one time when it was launched, they were taking no any charges for recharging that number, which, and at one time people can use Jio SIM card by paying 0 rupees as amount for the first 3 months, for the first 6 months, I think so. So who launched that? Mukesh Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani is father of Mukesh Ambani, and Mukesh Ambani launched Reliance Jio. But who established Reliance Empire? He is Dhirubhai Ambani. Next is C.P. Krishnan Nair, founder of India's leading luxury hotel chain, Leela Palaces. We all have listened about that, Leela Palaces. That is very famous hotels and resorts. Next one is Karsanbhai Patel, who is the founder of Nirma Empire. Okay, Nirma, that detergent or washing powder, we can say, that Nirma Empire. So these are some famous entrepreneurs from our country, and we are very proud on them. So our next topic is role and importance of entrepreneurship. What is the importance and role of entrepreneurship? So entrepreneurship is not only beneficial for the entrepreneur itself, but it is also essential for the growth of economy, not for the personal growth of an entrepreneur, but it is beneficial for the society also to grow of for the growth of economy. Let us discuss the role which entrepreneurship plays in the development of a country's economy. So first one is helps in wealth creation. To create wealth, all the entrepreneurs about which I told you, like co-founder of Ola Cabs, then co-founder of Flipkart and Make My Trip. In the chapter we will study about the famous entrepreneurs from all over the world. So helps in wealth creation. Entrepreneurship has proven to be beneficial for society in terms of wealth creation for entrepreneur and the people involved. So an entrepreneur who has established the business plus those people who were engaged into that business also grows with that entrepreneur. As a result, the economy of the local area improves and develops. Obviously, while establishing a business, entrepreneurs invest their resources and attract capital from investors, lenders and the public. It results in the flow of public wealth and allows people to benefit from the success of entrepreneurs and growing businesses. Next one is adds to national income. New and improved products, services and technology from entrepreneurs enable to develop new markets and create new wealth. If new product is launched in a new market, and it will create a new wealth. In addition to this, increased employment and higher earnings contribute to better national income in the form of higher tax. So helps in wealth creation, adds to national income in the form of tax. So if you are thinking that how it adds to national income, how the earning of an entrepreneurship adds to the national income, so it forms as a higher tax. If you will check it on Google that which co-founder as an entrepreneur is paying how much tax, so you will feel like that most of the tax is paying by these entrepreneurship, by these entrepreneurs. Means our country is running by, we can say, charity with the tax we provide from the entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are wealth creators, and they adds value to national income also. Creates employment opportunities. If an entrepreneur is creating wealth, is creating new businesses, creating new ideas, taking advantage of the opportunities and working on it, so it will definitely create an employment to the unemployed people. Entrepreneurs are not job seekers but job creators. They create the job for the people They facilitate new business opportunities of employment for the people. The job creation by new and existing businesses is one of the primary goals of economic development. So here an example is given that when a few IT companies were founded in 1990s, at the time of 1990s, when few IT companies were there, so millions from other sectors benefited from it. Businesses in associated industries like call center operations, means when IT companies were established in particular that year, so it does not mean there is only single task. If you are running a company, then what you need? You need assets, you need some people to work there, you need job profiles and people who can work over that job profile, like call center operations, network maintenance companies, hardware provider flourished. For example, if a company is manufacturing tires and the parts of that tire comes from different companies or factories, we can say, so that company who is manufacturing, who is selling that particular tire, is not only getting benefit, the companies which are associated with that are also taking advantage, so they are growing also. Next one is leads to a balanced regional development. When entrepreneurs set up new businesses and industrial units in less developed and backward areas, means those areas which are lacking to any kind of facility, they help in regional development. The growth of industries and businesses in these areas leads to infrastructure improvements such as better roads and rail links, airports, regular electricity and water supply, schools, hospitals, shopping malls, and other public or private services. Every new business is less developed area will create both direct and indirect job. So the combined spending of all the new employees and supporting roles in other business adds to the local and regional economic development. So here an example is given, Gurugram, which was known as Gurgaon few years back, if we see, that is in Haryana, and New Okhla Industrial Development Authority, which is in Noida, UP, are both a part of National Capital Region of India. Over a period of time, there has been massive development in these two regions. Which regions? Gurugram, which is also known as Cyber City, okay, and Okhla, New Okhla Industrial Development is famous for the industrial city, as industrial city, okay. So automobile, software, merchandise, and many other industries come up. This led to new settlements and infrastructural development beyond Delhi. That totally changes the infrastructural development beyond Delhi. Improves the standard of living. So in improves the standard of living, I would like to give you an example. See, right now we are living in a village, okay, but when by this time or any time, if we want to move to some posh area, we can say in any city, okay, so it will change our living style, standard of living. We will come to know about what is the standard of living. Our way of talking will change, our body language will change, way of working, the group of people around us, the environment we get, so it will improve the standard of living. They do this not only by creating job, but also by developing and adopting new ideas that lead to improvements in the quality of life of their employees, customers, and other stakeholders in the community. If we talk about IT companies, so whenever you will visit any IT company or any MNC, multinational company, you will feel that the standard of even a person who is working there, even in the call center, getting 10,000 or 12,000, even they have a lifestyle, a kind of standard. So this will improve the standard of living for their employees as well as customers and the stakeholders also in the community. So creates social change. Now which kind of change can be seen in the society? So through their unique offering of new goods and services, entrepreneurs break away from the tradition and indirectly help in reducing dependence on obsolete systems and technologies. This results in an improved quality of life and greater economic freedom. You can see in this picture, you can see the water supply in a water scarce region might force people to keep away from their work in order to collect water. Correct. People are confused whether they should collect the water for living or they should go to the job. This will impact their income because most of their time will waste to collect the water, to standing in a row for hours. Now imagine an invention of a low cost flow based pump that can fill their water containers automatically. So this type of innovation will enable people to focus on their jobs without worrying about a basic necessity like water. So here is an opportunity. We are talking about an invention that provide a low cost flow based pump that can fill the water containers automatically so that people can go to their job for earning income, for earning money, for having a good income. More time devoted to work leads to increased economic growth. Next one is smartphones and applications have revolutionized communication across the globe. People of all socio-economic strata now own smartphones. The growth of China's smartphone market and its smartphone industry like Oppo and Vivo has shown now technological entrepreneurship has a long-lasting impact on the entire human race. We all know that in the previous year how much phones were sold that were of company Oppo and Vivo. Even we have seen a lot of memes on those people who have the phone of Oppo and Vivo just because of its camera. In addition to the above, globalization of technology implies that entrepreneurs in less developed countries have access to the same tools as their counterparts in richer countries. Now next one is community development. Entrepreneurs also invest in community projects and provide financial support to local charities. This is a picture of Bill Gates. Now someone else is the most richest person, but Bill Gates is still in the list of top 10 richest people in the world. So not searching for the opportunity, not taking advantage of opportunity only, but helping the people by financial support to local charities and invest in community projects. So famous entrepreneur like Bill Gates, Azim S. Premji, Shiv Nadar, GM Rao, Ratan Tata and others have used their money to finance good causes such as education and public health. These entrepreneurs use their skills and resources to engage in community development. If we see those parts of South Africa in which people are still lacking from the basic needs, from the education, so we will found that Bill Gates has invested uh, a lot of money for those people. So whenever you will Google it, or whenever you study about Bill Gates on YouTube, you will find that we cannot even imagine these people earn that much and invest in charity. It is beyond our thinking that how much amount they invest in charity. They donate to the schools for the education and public health. So the role of government regulation plays a significant role in promoting entrepreneurship, because a government regulated balanced approach to nurturing entrepreneurship can result in a positive impact on the economy. So if the role of government is in promoting the entrepreneurship, there is a positive impact on the economy. But if there is no role of the government is not associated to any entrepreneurship, or we can say unregulated entrepreneurship, it may lead to unwanted social outcomes like unfair market practices, widespread corruption, financial crisis, and criminal activities also. Just search about it on Google. Even okay, so for today we will study up to page number 93. Our last topic was the role of government. As we have studied about the community development, there is the name of Bill Gates, GM Rao, Ratan Tata. So just go to YouTube, and you should know what is the specialty in these people which makes them different from us. So we will know and get encouragement by listening to their stories. Like Ratan Tata, he is an industrialist, but after being an industrialist, he used to invest money in the government projects. He used to do charity. He is a very kind person. So study about all the people that are mentioned in your book. So these stories will keep you motivating for creating a good future. You will get new ideas by listening to their stories, how they get such a good position, uh, how they become the most richest person in the world. So study about them and never stop struggling. This is going to be very interesting chapter, and maybe one day you will become an entrepreneur. I hope so. So just go with your passion, keep motivation, and always try to do something creative. Become open minded and keep confidence with you. So study about this chapter, and the remaining chapter we will complete in our next class. Thank you.